Hello and welcome. Come on in. It is July the 28th, and I am going to touch on some of the events that are going to happen through it for the rest of the month. We only have a few days left. We're getting ready to head into August, but we have arrived at the Lionsgate portal. Come on back and I'll tell you what's going on. Hello and welcome back. I am drinking some of my dandelion blend that I buy. It's called Dandy Blend, and it's a substitute for coffee. I'm a black coffee drinker, so I drink it with a little bit of cream in it, kind of, change the taste up a little bit, make it more palatable for me, but it's not bad. It's a decent replacement for caffeine. It's got dandelion in it, it's got chicory, barley, it's got a few things in it that they roast and toast like they did back in the old days when coffee was scarce. Especially like during the Civil War, they drank chicory coffee. All right. I am bringing out a deck of, oh gosh, what do we call these kind of cards? Really, look at, what do we call these? Yeah, I had to pause it so I could think about it. I have a doctor's appointment today, so my mind's on that. These are oracle cards. I don't have a lot of faith in some oracle cards because they are very self-explanatory. As far as for my use, oracle cards are great for you guys because you don't have to intuit them quite as much. You can just pick up the book and read them, figure out what they refer to. But I want to start the reading with some oracle cards as we do our morning discussion. Yes, I have a doctor's appointment today. It's been over a year and a half. I've got some issues going on. And as much as I don't like the entire medical field and how they have lied to us about everything, it all came to light during COVID. But before that, I could see what big medicine was doing to my personal family. I had 2 children with cerebral palsy, and I saw how the medications to treat symptoms, because cerebral palsy isn't curable. It's a brain damage. Can't be reversed. But how the medications for just their symptoms made them worse, put them in more discomfort. Then I have an older son who has MS. I saw what the medications did to him. This is a guy that competed in, you've heard me mention, like the world's strongest man, this kind of competitions, very strong, very healthy, all about, as you know, my family is, we're all about strength and health. And I watched the medications put my oldest son into a rapid decline. Rapid. Within 6 months of him being on the medication, he was having seizures from being a strong man. All kinds of health issues. Some incontinence. It was just horrible. He called me up one night and he said, "Mom, I'm reading the warning label, and I had none of these symptoms before I started taking this medication." I said, "Don't read that. It'll only scare you." I still had a little bit of faith that the medical field could help my child. Nope. He went off of all medications for his MS, and this goes for a lot of brain problems, things that are neurological. He went off all those medications against doctor's advice, AMA, against medical advice. He went on completely carnivore diet, and he is back almost as strong as he was in his big lifting days as a strong man. I am an internet psychic. I am not a doctor. You do what you feel is right for you, but Do the research. Look up what you've got going on. Understand it a little more. See if there are natural alternatives for what you're dealing with. The natural alternative for him was to increase the fat in his diet. Your brain is made up of cholesterol. Your brain is made up of cholesterol. So when your cholesterol goes up and they give you that medication to lower your cholesterol, a lot of you are getting dementia. Yes, that's a continued use of something to lower your cholesterol. However, increasing the fat, the insulation on the brain's wiring is myelin. And that myelin is made up of fat. Yep, let's go on low-fat diets. Yep, that's... So anyways, he increased the carnivore diet and increased his fat intake. He is free of symptoms. Amen, and thank you, Jesus, on that. All right. Let's see what else is going on for some of you guys. What's happening in the world for you? Let's go ahead and flip a couple of these cards. Just what we're talking about. Veiled, lucky, and protection. Veiled. I do happen to have the paranormal flashlight on up there. However, I'm not seeing any action from it. Some days they have more important things to do than sit in on a tarot reading. Veiled. Isn't that an absolute depiction of what they did to us during the whole entire COVID? Yeah, they kept us blinded. They did not give us the truth. There are facts coming out about Fauci now proving he knew it was detrimental. It was dangerous. That vaccine that so many of you were coerced into taking was dangerous. But they kept us blindfolded. Didn't give us the truth. Lucky. Bingo. That's exactly where we were. Many of us were lucky. Some not so much. But the lucky part is the fact that we are seeing it now. We understand that when we go to the doctors, we have to ask more in-depth questions about not treating the symptoms. Do you know high blood pressure is only a symptom? It's not a root cause. How many of you are taking high blood pressure medications that have bad side effects? We did. We got lucky. We came out the other side. They are finding proof and evidence that even way back in the 40s and the 50s, the polio vaccine was a sham. Didn't do what it was supposed to do. We thought it was keeping us from getting polio. No, that was our own immune system. But we have gotten lucky. And then, of course, the last card that came up is protection. Protection. And I think that it applies to that whole medical thing of being blindfolded. How we came out kind of lucky. And now we know. Now we know we can question what they tell us. Go deeper. But the biggest thing, that protection, is about education. Educate yourself. If you have no idea that what you're taking, I have chronic sinus issues. Chronic sinus issues, but right here, that is where my sonar unit is. That's where the pineal gland is. If I took all the and I did for a while, Zyrtec, Claritin, guess what? Those have dangerous side effects. They're more prevalent than what they tell us. They put it on fine print. You know what? It's not your doctor's fault either. Do you know the medical schools that your doctor most likely went to? are supported and funded by the Rockefeller Foundation. The Rockefeller family, big in pharmaceuticals, big in petroleum, which most pharmaceuticals are derived from petroleum nowadays, some way, shape, or form. So the protection that we have it's on us. Are you taking your vitamin D3? COVID's over. Are you still taking your D3? You should be. Are you getting out in the sun? They told us the sun was dangerous for us. No. We need it. Do you know there's been an increase of skin cancer since sunscreen has gotten so popular? Yep. Another thing that affects cancer from the sun are sunglasses. When you're out in the fresh air and the bright sunlight, your eyes need to be triggered by that sunlight. It creates a response in the body that kicks up its natural protections. When you wear sunglasses, you're not allowing that natural process to happen. They're finding many people that wore sunglasses having some kind of cancer, skin cancer, other things. So the protection is in education. It's in education. Before I got this doctor's appointment scheduled, I educated myself on my symptoms. I will tell you, I was having early morning tachycardia, a high rate of heartbeat. That's what tachycardia is. Well, nowadays you can just Google it, and I did. I asked my AI on my phone, what is a cause of early morning tachycardia? And the first thing that came up is our body releases adrenaline and cortisol in the morning. Cortisol is a stress hormone. It is horrible on our body. It causes a lot of other things to kind of snowball off of it by having too much cortisol in our system. It allows us to get inflammation. And inflammation, you might think, is a bruise on your leg. Nope, it's on your organs. Inflammation on your organs. Not a bump, not a bruise, not inflammation down at your ankles, a little bit of swelling. Okay? The organs. So, I found out what causes tachycardia. Early morning tachycardia. So I decided I would take it upon myself to research how to lower that cortisol. Now, it's a natural response to do that in the mornings. Some of you might feel that. Might even feel like not just a rapid heartbeat, but it might feel like you're waking up a little anxious. And that's exactly the cortisol's reaction, or our reaction to the cortisol. Because it is a stress hormone. Your body has to release it. That's our wake-up call. It happens naturally. But when you have too much cortisol released, then you've got other issues going on. Do you think I am going to take a prescribed medication to lower cortisol? Because I'll tell you what, I've already looked up the medications. Not any fucking good. They've got side effects that are worse than what I'm dealing with. So I will, ashwagandha. Ashwagandha, you may have heard about ashwagandha. It's a natural herb, and it helps lower cortisol and cortisol production. And the best thing I can do is stay calm. I cannot allow myself to be triggered by people. And we are living in a society. If you're dealing with anything any kind of high cortisol release, you'll feel that anxious feeling, and more of you are feeling more and more anxious more and more of the time. COVID did that to us. It put us in a kind of fight or flight mode. It is our parasympathetic system that is kicking up that cortisol because we are a little. Get off your phone. Stop watching the horrible videos. They're protesting. They're fighting. They're burning. Nothing's good. Switch over. Keep scrolling on your phone. What's up next? Kids with purple hair. Talking about how life is so rough on them. Having, people go off and, go into crowds of people and shoot people. We shouldn't be watching that kind of stuff on our phones. Those videos trigger that cortisol release. It puts us in a fight or flight mode. Some of you have, if you've dealt with any kind of trauma, whether it's a post-traumatic type of situation or just trauma, childhood trauma, your cortisol production is already used to being very, I got a hair, used to being very high. Hello, I see you, hair. I feel you, there you are. I think that was spirit messing with me though, pushing, here it goes again. All right, anyway, this reading is about what's coming for the rest of the week, the wrap up of the month. And we are in that Lionsgate portal of 8-8. And crazy enough as it is, I got a couple 8s on the table. All right, we've got the first card that came out was the Hermit card. And this is some of you being remaining by yourselves. That COVID thing made us get that way. Yep. You know what? Safer in here. Can't go out. Many of you have developed anxiety, depression, being confined in your home. Oh, it's safe in here. I'm going to stay here. I'm not going out. I'm going to stay here. I got that hair. Or is that spirit? I want you to get out of the house. I'm big on fitness and nutrition, but one of the things that they are finding, they did some research years ago on areas of the globe that people live to be 100 very easily and in good health. Not 100 and in a wheelchair. They're 100 and they're still tending their garden. Okay? Big difference. What they found is that those people that live the longest have a very good network of friends, people. They get outside the house. Some of those cultures, they have community gardens, so they get together and they garden. Some have just get-togethers and then do their tea ceremonies. So this came up upside down. So your time alone and by yourself, wrap it up. Bring it to a close. Get the hell out of the house. Find something that motivates you. You might want to just volunteer some time somewhere. Quit thinking about yourself. Me. If you're healthy and you're out volunteering some time, when you put that care into other people, that reduces cortisol. Helps reduce. You've done something good. You feel good. You know what? I fed 20 old people today. You know what? I passed out 10 food baskets for people, that I knew needed it. I went to the senior citizen home and visited in the activity room and socialized. Go take care of somebody else and get yourself off of your own mind. That's a little self-centered. Now, we were put here to look after each other, to care about each other, to love each other. So get that out of your head. You don't need to be alone any longer. Get the hell out of the house. The next card that came up was the Lover's card. And that, in this particular case, has only a tiny bit to do with love. Smidgen. You know, we got to love each other, that's all. But this is, oftentimes when the Lover's card comes up, it is about a karmic event. This was meant to happen to a lot of us. We signed up for it in that soul contract. Before we came down here, said, look, this is a historic time on that planet. Let me go down and be part of it. I'll part it. And some of you also chose to leave during COVID. Of course, you're not watching. You're here. Hello. I know there's a few of them around. I saw a lot of increase in readings for people during COVID because they lost somebody and they were not able to be by their side. They were not able to be at a funeral for them. There was a lack of closure. This karmic time that 6 depicts, excuse me, it is actually a 6, the Lover's card. 6 is about something coming into fruition too. Coming together. The lovers, that's 2 people coming together. How about a mankind coming together? I was called a racist. I posted a meme on Facebook and it said simply, on St. Patrick's Day, we're all Irish. On Cinco de Mayo, we're all Mexican. What do you say this 4th of July, we're all American? Yeah, that's all I said. And it had a little picture of a community having a 4th of July event, that's all. All races in the picture. And by the way, I very much have a biracial family. Not just black and white, orange and white, yellow and white. Yeah. So it's a time that things are going to come into fruition. And this is right just to the next week here. Okay? The end of the week. Some of you are going to be able to say the end of the week before that, a completion of a project. We've got the 10 of Swords here. Finally finishing up something. Now, this depicts being stabbed in the back. I happen to be talking about how the medical profession did us wrong. I feel betrayed. Don't you? I feel betrayed that they want us weak and in line. Oh, by the way, the new egg thing, the new issue with the eggs having salmonella in them. Do you know other countries don't wash their eggs? When an egg is laid, the chicken deposits a film on that egg that is called the bloom. And that bloom protects it. It's an invisible coating. You can't see it. Years ago, we just raised on a farm. When we collected eggs, if they were dirty and had feathers and some chicken nugget poop on it, we would literally just take a wire scrubber and just lightly knock that off of the egg, and we didn't worry about it. We didn't have any salmonella. Modern day, factory eggs are washed because they had poop on them. Got to wash them, make them clean. Well, when they wash that bloom off of them, then it allows bacteria to permeate the shell. That's where the salmonella is coming from. And, by the way, those eggs that you should be eating a whole lot more of remove the spike protein from your body that was deposited there by that mRNA vaccine. That's why we had that avian flu outbreak, and Biden had flocks of chickens killed when only one chicken may have tested positive to get rid of the eggs. They did not want us to get rid of that spike protein. They wanted us to carry that. So we were betrayed. We absolutely were. But that 10 says it's the end. That 10 is the end. You are becoming educated. You're becoming enlightened. You're moving forward. That's what else the hermit does. When he's off by himself, he studies, right? When you have that downtime and you are alone, pick up a book. Don't pick up your phone. Every time you pick up that phone and scroll, it gives you a hit of dopamine. You're an addict. That's what addicts do. Whatever they're taking, whether it's crack, meth, I don't know all the names, heroin, cocaine, alcohol, you get a hit of dopamine. It releases serotonin. So it makes you that feeling of, yeah, I feel better. They're also brainwashing you with that phone too. So enlighten yourself, get off that phone. Now the 2 8s that showed up, here we are at Lionsgate Portal. Now, we are at the beginning of Lionsgate Portal. We are also in a full moon too, right now. We have Saturn that is going, I believe it's Saturn, I better check that again. Saturn is going retrograde. Can you tell me what other planets are going retrograde right now? Yeah, Saturn. Saturn is going to remain retrograde until December. Not the same kind of implications that a Mercury retrograde does, but it does affect how we feel. It does kind of how it actually can benefit a lot of things. But these 2 8s at the Lionsgate Portal, it's a time right now when the portal is opening up. Right now, it will run through the month of August, and it peaks on 8/8, August the 8th. You cannot make this shit up. Some tarot readers only read the cards like they're depicted, and I'm not intuitively or numerologically, connect the dots. This 8 is about, 8 of Wands is about a repeating cycle. They're all about repeating cycles. And this is about messages coming through. It is about people from the past coming back. And it just happened to me. I ran into a ton of old friends over the weekend. It's about, it could be also about learning to protect yourself, because they look like arrows. And that protection was in educating yourself. There's that protection card. Bingo. The 8 of Swords. Now, you've probably overthought some of these things. I don't want you to become hypochondriacs and think that everything is an issue or a problem. No. You are a perfect individual. Our health is of our own doing as we go through life and hit some downfalls, and we take on all that negativity. And I got to tell you, the cortisol issue that I'm dealing with this heart rate issue, and a lot of it's because I worry about you guys. You guys see me just do tarot readings. You hear about, what information I kind of try to pass along to you guys. Most of you don't know that I am a medium, so I do talk to dead people. But I do missing persons work. I help families find closure that way. A lot of times it's only recovery, locating a body. Sometimes I can help find a lost little boy with Down syndrome in Cleveland. I'm here in Pennsylvania. Little guy was in Cleveland. I was able to tell them where they would find him. I find lost adults with dementia. I do a type of healing work for people that are dying, any kind of end stage disease. If they're in a lot of discomfort, I'm able, for some reason, I don't know how I get the gift, but we all have it. I'm just a vessel. I channel God's energy and remove the pain, and help people in their final days just have some comfort outside of medications. So there's a lot more that I do in my day than just tarot. This is just a thing this is only a vehicle for me to get in front of you and let you know what some of the other things are that I do. Now, this aid is absolutely about that protection, and it's about us. It came up in reverse, so it's about time we take that blindfold off. They've wanted to keep us veiled. You can't make this up. You guys see the cards jump out. You see them flip. You see them flop. You see them fly. So that is the 8/8 portal right there. We're rolling into the 8th month, that 8th date now. The Lionsgate portal is a very good time to put forward prayer. It's a good time to meditate. It is a good time to put towards any kind of request that you have that you need a little. You know what? I'm going to use this other deck because I'm going to wrap this up. Some of you guys are already gone, already dropped out. If you're still here in the video after 32 minutes, let me know down below, please. All right, let's see what this other deck has to say. Maybe validate some of the other things that have already come out. Yes, it is a good time to put out those prayers, those intentions during the 8/8, the whole time. But the 8/8, actually on August the 8th, is definitely a time for the portal is at its peak. All right, Spirit, can I get a couple more jumpers, please? All righty. We have the first jumper that came out was exactly the first jumper that came out of the other deck. Again, the Hermit card. Get out. Don't be a hermit. This is just validating the other card. You've already enlightened yourself. We have another ending. We had the 10 of Swords earlier. Now we have the 10 of Wands. You're putting down something that wasn't yours to carry. You had a burden that was on you. Maybe somebody walked out of your life. You thought it was your fault. You have a family member. Some of you, a family member that I feel like they ridicule you a lot. And we have, if you come from an old-time family like mine, that kind of ridicule was just, they thought it was just fun and teasing. Don't let that affect you. We've got the 9 of Swords. You've got to let the fear go. This card also came up in reverse, telling me that you do have to work your way through it. Don't be worried. Every time one of these new things, disease, that parasite that they're releasing in lettuce to make you sick. Yeah. Yep. Trust me. That guy, Gil Bates, already said that they can grow tomatoes and lettuce with a vaccine in it. And that's another reason I went carnivore. I happen to know where my meat comes from. I don't shop at Walmart for my meat. Find a local little grocery store. In this part of the country, there are IGA markets, sparkle markets. Your Giant Eagles aren't quite as good, but they do some in-house cutting. So try to find a local butcher shops, even better yet. But try to find a better source of your protein. A lot of eggs. Sometimes I eat 6 or 8 eggs a day. Let's see. We got that 9 of Swords, and that's about that worry. And we're past it. We also have, now let's go with the Magician first. The Magician. You're capable of anything. Oh, I can't do that. I'm not psychic. I can't do that. I learn something new. No, I can't do that. You were given, and by the way, take a look at that symbol over her head. It's an 8. Well, it's the infinity sign, but that's what an 8 is. You were given all of these gifts, and over a period of time, people telling us you can't become an Olympic gymnast. You can't become a brain surgeon. You can't. Guess what? You can. You were given all of those gifts at birth, and we have squelched them. I squelched some of those in my own kids, thinking, oh, you can't, I don't want to see them get disappointed. Oh, honey, you can't do that. Stay home. Yeah, remember how we were? Yeah, you can't do that. And last but not least, though, we have the 6 of Cups. And that's about us taking care of each other. 6 is about a little bit of prosperity. Whether you're volunteering in a nursing home, whether you're checking on a neighbor, take care of somebody else. It comes back. It comes back tenfold. All right, there you have it. I kind of drug it out. But I wanted you guys to see what's happening for the rest of the month. We got this. We got this. No activity out of the paranormal flashlight at all. On occasion it happens. Like I said, there is something else going on that Spirit needs to kind of devote some time and attention there. And even though they can spread their energy around, I get it. I get it. By the way, and for those of you who think that that light's a fake, wouldn't I make it work every time? All right. There you have it, guys. Letting you go here. Wrapping it up. And you know I never leave you, that I don't sincerely bless you and send you love and light. See you soon.